following is a presentation of Main Street Media, your source for news, sports, and information on Main Street in Middle Tennessee.
Happy Menu Monday to you. Happy Motivation Monday. There's all sorts of to Monday. I'm going to the Williamson County Fair today, and I'm going to be checking in with you a little bit later on these same channels. And, it occurred to me that we're going back to school, and this is an interesting year because our children, for the most part, are all going back to school. They're riding school buses. They're standing on streets. They're crossing crosswalks. Parents are driving them again to school. So it occurred to me that there might be some safety things we need a refresher on. I mean, bus etiquette, things like that it's like, I saw kids standing in my neighborhood. They were waiting for the bus today. And I thought, wait a minute. They're going back to school. It's not all virtual anymore. So I went to the Williamson County Sheriff's Department to find out some of the safety tips that are good just for a refresher, just to remember, because we haven't had to worry about this for quite some time. Well, now it's something to worry about, keeping you safe, keeping the kids safe, and just making everything a more pleasant experience, kind of like learning to share the roads one more time.
It's school time again in Williamson County. I'm Sheriff Dusty Rhodes of the Williamson County Sheriff's Office. I want to pass along a few tips that I need for you to help obey so that we can keep our children safe. If you travel through school zones, allow extra time in the mornings and afternoons. During the first few days of school, expect more traffic because more parents will be taking their children to school and picking their children up in the afternoon. Yellow flashing lights in school zones operate 30 minutes before school starts until 30 minutes after school starts. In the afternoon, those yellow lights start flashing 30 minutes before school is out until 30 minutes after the school day is over. One bit of information I need to pass on to the motoring public. Trinity Elementary School on Highway 96 East towards Murfreesboro Road, the landscape in that area has changed due to construction. Please pay extra attention to that area. We hope to have the school speed limit signs posted by the first day of school. Also at Independence High School on Columbia Pike, there's a new traffic signal there at the entrance to the school. Now it's supposed to be synchronized, but something tells me we may have a few issues. So please have patience coming through there and we'll get that squared away as quick as we can. Also on Lewisburg Pike at Henpeck Lane, there's a new traffic signal there. It's not operational yet, but hopefully I think maybe next week or the next 2 weeks, it will be a flashing light soon to be operational. Posted speed limits vary in different school zones. Watch for children walking to school. Use caution when you see a school bus on the road. Do not pass a school bus with its red stop sign extended. That can be a ticket up to $200, plus there's always the unfortunate possibility that you could run over a student in the school zone. And one of the deputies catch you with your cell phone in your hand or talking on your cell phone, you will be pulled over and can get a ticket for up to a $200 fine. Let's help keep our children safe this year.
I thought those were some really neat tips. Thank you to the Williamson County Sheriff's Department. They're good folks there, and our Sheriff's Department do some really important work in our communities. But I thought those tips were really good no matter where you are, if you're watching. And the one that I always need the reminder is the stop sign on the side of the bus. We can get distracted and not even pay attention. There's a school bus. Oh my gosh, there's a stop sign. And it worked. A stop sign means stop, even if it's on the side of a bus. Doesn't matter. Stop. $200 fine. But even more than that, it's the kids that cross the street. And that's why the stop signs are there. Backyard chickens are part of homesteading, and everybody loves having the backyard chickens, and they're a lot of fun. And it's like an adult Easter egg every day. I'm quoting Sarah Beth Terry up in Kentucky. And it's true. Sometimes they don't lay in their little hen boxes, and sometimes they like to pick out, hey, let's go here. How do you tell if an egg is good? How do you tell? Well, we're going to find out a little bit later, but what do you do with all the eggs? I mean, eggs are crazy. How do you make them last longer? How do you preserve an egg? Sylvia Gagnier and Chef Richard out at Green Door Gourmet have a lot of great egg tips.
So we have all these eggs that are now hanging around, and the best intentions have been met, and now we're finally ready to use them. Some ideas. Richard, tell me some of your favorite things to do with eggs. I just love them when they're hard boiled, but also I could even take these eggs right and freeze them.
That's right. So what you can do is break the eggs and whisk them up and store them in the freezer. You can freeze it into like ice cube trays, and that way you have a perfectly portioned egg. About 3 tablespoons of frozen egg is going to be equivalent to 1 whole egg in a recipe.
Now, do I have to do if I'm freezing something else, do I need to leave a little extra space because they're going to expand, or what happens to the egg in that regard?
It will expand, yes. And so you'll want to put that in portions, however much egg you have and whatever portions you would like to store that in, and then place it in the freezer on a stable area, and then cover it, but don't fill the container up all the way, otherwise that lid will pop open as the egg expands. And then boiling the eggs is a great idea. You're going to just take the, say, dozen eggs, boil them up. Oftentimes the fresher an egg, the harder it is to peel. The egg hasn't lost water content, and so the membrane is tight against the shell, and this is what makes it difficult to peel the eggs. So when you do have old eggs, they're really great for hard boiling and using in recipes such as deviled eggs. But this is also a really neat trick, a quick and easy way to create eggs that are riced, which is a term for something that has been forced through a screen. And ricing gives you the perfect texture for egg salad. And it's as simple as taking a tool such as this spider that has these perfect wire grid. And you can also use a fryer basket if you have a fryer basket at home too. And then simply take your peeled, boiled eggs and then just simply push it through the screen. And wow, there you go. Perfectly riced eggs. And this saves you so much time and effort, because most people without this technique would take a knife out of the drawer and start chopping the egg up. And that creates for a very uneven, it's very difficult, it's very time consuming, and so this will give you, so easy to do. And the egg content, the egg salad itself will be beautifully textured, just the perfect chopped texture.
I love turning people on to Green Door Gourmet, west of town on a River Road, right past Walmart. I am so Southern. It just comes out. It's the Walmart, it's the Kroger, and it's the Facebook, which is where I remind you, if you're watching us on a Facebook channel, wherever you're watching us, make sure you FSS, follow, subscribe, and share. And we've got a lot of folks who are watching today. Hello, Terry Luno. How are you doing? Happy Monday to you, Leslie. And Leslie said, and I'm the same way. I had no idea you could freeze eggs. Good morning to Suzanne and Mark, and Elizabeth EB is with us. Yes. And Angie is with us as well. And also Leslie is giving us a thumbs up because we were talking about being safe for the kiddos out there. We try to give you some good messages to go through your Monday and to kind of kickstart your week and get us started. I love, back to food, eggs are something there ain't no way I don't like an egg except raw. I don't do raw eggs, but I will tell you, if you're like me with backyard chickens and they lay them all over the place and you don't know exactly what day they came in and you don't know if they're fresh, you don't know if they're old, use the water technique. First of all, if they are fresh eggs, you do not have to refrigerate them. They have a special coating, but don't wash them if you're going to do that. You can just kind of wipe them off, but don't take off their coating by washing them when you do them. You can wash them right before you use them if you want to, because that eggshell is porous. But you get water. If you're about to use them, you can take a glass of water and if you put it in there, and if it sinks to the bottom and it's flat to the bottom, it's a fresh egg. If it kind of turns on its side but still on the bottom, you still use it because it's still good. It's just not as fresh. But if it floats to the top, oh honey, get rid of that egg. And don't ask me how I know. And here's the other thing, especially if you're working with fresh farm raised yard eggs, make sure that when you crack them open, you crack them in a separate bowl. And then each one, put it in a little tiny bowl, then add it to your thing. Because there's many a time, now my grandmother taught me this, there's many a time that you crack open one of those fresh eggs and you get a little surprise that's not good. And if you crack it right into your cornbread batter or your cake batter, or you just, it is not good. So always do the tester bowl where you put it in the bowl and then you pour it in. Then if you get any eggshells or anything like that, you don't have to go fishing very far. It's just like right there in that little thing. Okay, eggs with Devin. What goes great with eggs? Well, bacon, of course. Let's go to Murfreesboro. Do you love bacon? I mean, do you really love bacon? Who doesn't, right? The 3rd annual Murfreesboro Bacon Fest is coming up Saturday, September 10th. Admission and parking are free. The Bacon Festival will feature live music, food, and craft vendors. And did I say bacon? You can ride a mechanical hog ride. Visit the Kids Zone with free inflatables. There will also be hourly raffles with great prizes and an opportunity to purchase Bacon Festival merchandise. And did I say bacon? Yeah. There will even be a bacon eating contest. Visit the 3rd annual Murfreesboro Bacon Festival Facebook page for all the details. Gatlinburg is going to be opening up its doors. All the venues in Gatlinburg, pretty much starting August 18th, will be part of the Songwriters Festival. It's a free festival, but if you are a member, you get some free, you get included in some of the private concerts that they will have. You get discounts on a lot of the merch and you get discounts on things. Plus, they've got some really great artists that are going to be there this year, including Larry Gatlin, just among many more. People don't realize sometimes what a great songwriter Larry Gatlin is. And it'll be a very special, just Larry and a guitar kind of performance, just the stories and the songs. Well, you know who can tell you more about it? Songwriters who are going to be there. Bobby Tomberlin and Steve Dean.
Hey, I'm Steve Dean.
And I'm Bobby Tomberlin.
And we're here to tell you a little bit about the Gatlinburg Songwriters Festival. The Gatlinburg Songwriters Festival is a 3-day music event that takes place in and around the Great Smoky Mountains on the 3rd weekend of August.
If you like to listen to music, the Gatlinburg Songwriters Festival is the place to be. There's going to be free performances by over 100 #1 hit songwriters and artists on stages like the Gatlinburg Inn, Old Red, Skylift Park, Old Smoky Holler, Park Vista, The Listening Room, and more.
Supporting all levels of songwriting, the festival features 25 writers with at least one #1 hit. There are also more than 75 selected songwriters who apply to play and are selected by industry professionals. These songwriters may be new to songwriting or have 10+ CDs and may be on the charts.
Most of the showcase rounds are free of charge. However, membership provides additional perks like a free application to play, discounts, special hotel rates, a newsletter, and entrance into some of the members-only shows and events.
The Gatlinburg Songwriters Festival is a charity 501c3, and it supports songwriters, schools, and programs like one that is very dear to my heart, Freedom Sings USA. Freedom Sings USA is a healing arts program for veterans.
The Gatlinburg Songwriter Festival also offers opportunities to perfect the art of songwriting. We have a conference with industry professionals who advise on anything from publishing, wealth management, endorsements, to helping with song structure or social media. Another huge perk is you can actually set up an appointment with a #1 hit songwriter.
One of the highlights this year will be a Bluegrass Legend Show at Old Smoky Holler. That show will feature some of the greatest names in bluegrass, including Jerry Salley, Tim Stafford, Carl Jackson, Irene Kelly, Larry Cordell, and Tom Utes, the reigning IBMA Songwriter of the Year.
Other highlights include performances by hit songwriters like Tony Arata, who wrote the #1 hit The Dance for Garth Brooks, and also Shane Stevens, who had the #1 hit Fancy Like that actually went #1 for Walker Hayes during last year's festival. And you can hear this guy, Steve Dean, who has written 6 #1 hits, including Watching You for Rodney Atkins. He's had cuts by George Strait, Reba, Alabama, and many, many others.
Or you could hear this guy, Bobby Tomlin, who wrote Diamond Rio's One More Day and has songs recorded by Blake Shelton, Dolly Parton, Willie Nelson, Barbra Streisand, and the list goes on.
This is going to be a great festival, so book your trip for the Gatlinburg Songwriters Festival. It's going to be the 3rd week of August.
See you there.
Isn't that going to be fun? Even Dollywood is one of the venues. Now, Dollywood, you got to pay your admission, but the songwriter shows are free and included. So very, very cool. And I know that you're going to love Gatlinburg. It's going to be everywhere you go. There's going to be a songwriter. And a big shout out to Victoria Veneer, who joins us. She's going to be on stage there. If you get a chance to see Victoria, you better go, because she's awesome. Just awesome. A lot of folks who are checking in with us call us on a regular basis with events that go on. And I had a wonderful conversation with the Stars Foundation. The Stars Foundation is part of an organization promoting World Orphans Day. That's coming up in November. What can you do to be a part of it? Well, watch, because I've got all the details.
Did you know that over 60 million orphans live in our world today? And 1.5 billion children are without shoes. Many of them have disease that can be prevented just by providing them shoes. We hear stories every time of kids, of people living in wars and disasters. We typically forget that there are many people left in the aftermath of these catastrophes. What if we had a world where there are 0 shoeless children, where orphans have homes and food and are protected and the opportunity to go to school by having shoes? With the help of many organizations, we're helping to make this happen, and we'd love to have you join us and help be a part of it. The 2nd Monday of November is World Orphan Day. Would you partner with us not only by helping us create awareness, but help us be the change the world is looking for?
We are home, we are family, we are things to do and places to see. Mom and pop, local grown, small business Saturdays. We are Main Street, Main Street, Main Street. We are your Main Street today.
A big shout out to Troy Castellano, who does the musical instruments for kids program. That he is just, it's just incredible what he does. He's a Murfreesboro guy, and he collects musical instruments that are new or gently used, or maybe they've just been in the attic, and he gets them all ready for kids to use and takes them into schools and classrooms so kids can actually have instruments to use. So thank you to Troy Castellano for all that you do. If you've got an organization that wants me to talk about what's going on and you need to be a guest on this show, and I mean need to be a guest on this show, you just reach out to me, devinoday@gmail.com. I try to get to everybody. And if I haven't gotten to your email, chances are it's in a spam folder. So if you need to reach me, you just keep trying. And I'm on the gram, I'm on TikTok, wherever you need to go. Now I'm not dancing on TikTok, but my rooster is and my cow is. So if you want to see Devin O'Day, if you want to see Devin O'Day dance, there probably have to be think back to the 80s and there might have been tequila involved. The old me might have been dancing. Anyway, I've got a friend of mine having a birthday. She's been my friend since the 80s. Her name is Claudia Nygaard, and she is a Western and folk artist. She is just dear, dear, sweet to me. And I love her so much. And funniest girl. And she tells stories and she plays. And she's out. And a big shout out to, because she's having a birthday today. So Claudia Nygaard, I hope that you check out her music. But we're going to play one of her original tunes right now. Miss Kitty. You know who Miss Kitty is? That'll tell you just about how old you are, unless you're like me and still watch the Western Channel.
Anyway, this next song I'm going to do is kind of a thrill for me. I had the best time writing it. I was about 9 years old when we got our first television set. We were kind of late getting a TV, and I'd been going next door to my friend Lynn Smith's house and watching American Bandstand every day after school. I was pretty young at the time, and so I really didn't know exactly what was going on in American Bandstand, but it looked like something I would be interested in eventually. And so I was going over there and watching it, and when we got our first TV, I was so excited. And I said to Daddy, I said, "Can I watch American Bandstand?" And he said, "Oh, honey, I'm sorry. It's in Emerson. It only gets Westerns." She's self-employed and runs a business out of her home. She lives up over the Long Branch all alone. And not a drunk or a drifter would dare to mess up that red hair. She's Matt Dillon's woman round Dodge. It's real well known. And she's got it bad for the big guy with a star. But he only comes around when there's trouble in the bar. He's got a thing about law and order, or he's an intimacy avoider. She bats them false eyelashes, but don't get too far. So come on, Marshall, and give Miss Kitty a kiss. She's been waiting 30 years for this. So you know her love is true. But what the heck is wrong with you? Come on, Marshall, and give Miss Kitty a kiss. Well, she's tried other men in town, but it ain't the same. Doc's too old, and Chester, man, he's lame. All the men she meets are married or gay. Plus she loves the Marshal anyway. She's been climbing the walls so long, don't it seem a shame? So come on, Marshal, and give Miss Kitty a kiss. She's been waiting 30 years for this. So you know her love is true. What the heck is wrong with you? Come on, Marshall, and give Miss Kitty a kiss. Oh, come on, Marshall, and give Miss Kitty a kiss. I'll pucker up, Mr. Dillon. Thank you.
Songwriters are always up for a great cause, and Promise for Haiti is what that was for. And happy birthday, Claudia Nygaard. I love you more than lunch and jewelry. Well, we're going to close the show with a motivational Monday story from Murfreesboro Television. And Murfreesboro Television tells the stories of Murfreesboro, much like we do at the Murfreesboro Post. And I'm going to tell you, get motivated to go to a dance class or go to a workout at a gym. Hard to do. But I watch this story and I feel ashamed. I feel very ashamed because there is a 93-year-old woman who could dance us all into the dirt doing Zumba. And if this doesn't motivate you to keep going, I don't know what will. Thank you, Murfreesboro Television. Thank you, Claudia Nygaard, and our friends at Farm Credit, who always give us this program and are part of what we do every day, helping people start homesteads all across America. You can reach them at e-farmcredit.com. And don't forget that the Williamson County Fair is going on right now, and I'll be checking in a little bit later today from the fair, live from the fair. But we're going to head to Murfreesboro for our salutations goodbye. Be safe, everybody. Be kind. And remember, most of all, you are loved.
Celebrating with friends and family make every birthday a special occasion. But in this case, it's the person celebrating that makes this story so special. Eva Lancaster just turned 93, and she's a regular participant in Zumba classes at the St. Clair Street Center. Eva, along with her daughter, come in every week, bringing with them a little sunshine and a lot of inspiration.
I think Ms. Eva, she is probably the one person everybody in the class looks to because she's the oldest in there. And I have people coming who are much younger than her who will, sometimes get tired or get frustrated or whatever, but when they see this little woman doing her thing up there, they start thinking, you know what, Eva's here. She came to class. She can do this. I can too. Well, I believe fall of 2020, we were trying to start reopening some things after the pandemic, and the senior center was not officially open yet. So what we did instead was SportsCom was open. So we moved some of our classes to SportsCom. The ones that had the larger followings, we put over there. And Zumba Gold was one of the classes that we put over at SportsCom. And I had quite a few students who were interested in coming to those classes, even though they weren't often offered at the center at the time. So we had several people come into the classes regularly, and we have this one lady who everybody at the center knows. Her name's Maria, and she's in love with Zumba. And she invited a couple of her friends one day to come and join us, and that was Ms. Eva and Ms. Sandy. Now, Eva and Sandy are mother and daughter. And they started coming to class over there at SportsCom, and they started to kind of get into it. And I will never forget the first time that they came to class, because both of them were just, they're sweet as pie, but they were stiff as a board the first time they came to class. And it took a few months for them to kind of work that out. But if you were to see them now, they are not stiff anymore. They're in there and they're wiggling around and they're moving, and they have the most beautiful voices, and they like to sing all the songs, and they really, I think they shine a light on the Zumba Gold class, because every time that they're in there, everybody gets happy when they see them. Partly because they love them so much, and also partly because they know when they see Eva and Sandy, we're going to have a good class.
It took me, of course, a time or two to get used to it, but no, I knew that I could do it. My daughter and I both like to dance, and we love music, and so we thought we'd try it, and we liked it, and we come twice a week, every week. It's a 45-minute class. And there are about 12 to 15 of us usually, and all very congenial. We're friendly, and we enjoy the social part of it as well as the exercise and dancing.
Well, I'll tell you this. When you first walk into a Zumba class for the very first time, if you've never done Zumba before, the biggest thing is do not get frustrated with yourself, because I guarantee you the veterans still don't have it all together. I don't even have it all together. There are days when I messed up. So what I would tell a new person coming to Zumba for the first time is just learn to laugh at yourself, just have fun with it, just be in the music. Don't worry so much about what I'm doing or what your neighbor's doing, but just, it's kind of a party. Just come in planning to have fun with it. If you mess up, it's okay. You're gonna mess up. I'm gonna mess up. We're all gonna mess up. But I think what they say in Zumba is there are no mistakes, only solos.
Every class you can see Miss Eva keeping in step and singing along with the music and doing it all with a smile. Little does she know, on today, her classmates plan to make her smile just a little bit bigger.
Happy birthday, dear Eva. Happy birthday to you.
The fact that someone of that age can come, still get out by themselves, still do things by themselves, still, and Zumba of all things, because as I said earlier, we are not the same Zumba class we were 3 years ago. The fact that she and her daughter both can come in there and do that sort of workout routine, one that a lot of people are intimidated by, it's very uplifting, it's very encouraging and motivational, and I think that people who see her come to this class, they realize that, you know, that's something that this person can still do at this point in life. And I think it gives people hope.
Well, it would be good if you want to come out, and it's so nice to have other people to be around and to get out of your house and have something to do and a nice place to come to. The activities are very good, and the staff is very knowledgeable and helpful. They're encouraging, and it's just a fun place to come.
Well, I would definitely want to invite anybody who's interested, even if you're not sure about it, to just come and try some of our classes. We have a multitude of classes. If you're looking for a group of people that you can have a camaraderie with, that you can just get out of the house even. Some people, like one of the classes I teach is gentle fitness, and you know, that's more of a beginner style class. If you're interested in coming to something like that, I mean, we will do strength, we will do core, we'll work a little bit on balance and stuff. But one of the reasons I think that a lot of people come is because some of them, they live alone. Some of them don't have a lot of family around them, or maybe they don't see people that much. So social aspect is one reason that you should come. The other big thing is if it's an exercise class, you have no idea the benefits you can reap just from coming to a couple of exercise classes per week. I have had people come in there and tell me that their labs are better, that their doctors say, keep doing this. Whatever you're doing, it's working. I've had people tell me they have prevented falls because they were able to come to class because their balance is better now. And I feel like even if it's just something that you're thinking about doing, if you come and join us, you're going to have fun. We've got a lot of different classes, all good groups of people. If you come to Zumba, you can meet Ms. Eva. So that would be a highlight for you.
For more information on classes and programs at the St. Clair Street Center, please call 615-848-2550 or check out the Senior Connection online at www.murfreesboroparks.com.
Nothing like the sunrise with your coffee in the morning, or taking a good book off the shelf. Another thing I love the most than being on my own is together with everybody else. Together like a silent Sunday sun.